travellers have got no rights. These babies, the same as these children growing up now, they've got no rights.
Yeah. I don't want to go where they want to put me. They just will put me in prison. Well, I don't want to go in there if they're going to do that. That's why I bought this, because I want to come here because I like the place.
This government, what we got in now, promised the gypsies, if they found land and they purchased a bit of land, they would help them licence it to keep them off the road. So then I ended up with the property what I've got now, which is for the family, in order that my children could go to school and have education.
Got a place that they're not moved about. This is why we buy this land. And the kids can, if anything happens to us, they've got a place to be on. And this is what we've actually bought it for.
Everywhere you couldn't travel the roads no more because we was travelling before we stopped on the site. But it got a bit ridiculous. We'd sort of pull up at a place, say, like for a day, and you'd have a notice served on you. You'd have to be moved within 7 days. And time you got all your china down and everything packed down, it was time to move again. And it was just sort of becoming an headache because no matter where you went, you was asked to move on.
He told us to go and buy land of our own, we'll be okay. And when we did go and do it, look what they're doing now.
We still ain't allowed to stop.
We still ain't allowed to stop now. Now what are you going to do?
In spite of the fact it's green belt, in spite of the fact that normally development wouldn't be allowed, that it is a better thing, what we are proposing to establish, than what is there at the moment and what might develop from it.
Now he's taking our land from us, giving us leasehold, but we've got to pay him £14,000 for the leasehold, and he wants to give us £250 for the ground.
How many Gypsies on Swan Farm have you actually got £14,000 to give them? Right, no one. Right, so so the site's gone, isn't it? Right. End of the day, it make a dear little mini site in one corner of it for about 3 caravans for a couple of old residential people, and then they had the rest of the ground. And their excuse would be then, we've got to get our money back, we've got to do something with it, and they will sell it off to building concerns.
I'm not going to go there. If all my money's laid in my property, and you walk in and offer me £150, where am I going to get the money to do it again? Because you've took everything.
Even the title selling.
Done the best we can in the circumstances to enable people to stay at a place that's been their home, in some cases for up to 20 years, even if they have to move home, it's actually within the same piece of land, and that we're not making life harder for them financially than is avoidable.
I've not been offered a plot on the new site because they reckon my children are vindictive. And they want me either take a council site that I don't want because I came off of a council site when I bought this place, or an house. And I don't want a house because I've got a pony that my boy shows. And with a house you can't show a pony, you can't have a pony.
What I'm hoping will happen is there'll actually be a coincidence between any enforced removal from the site and a suitable housing offer being made to them. But that's the state of play at the moment, and those proceedings are just about to be served on those people.
And then really, not being horrible, I'm not used to a house. I wouldn't like it in a house, because it'd be like a prison to me. I'm used to being out in the open. I'm used to, as I am now, I'm fine. I'm happy as I am now, and I like to stay in my culture.
Come around, boys. Come around, Rob.
When I get on this new plot of ground, I'm not going to be allowed to have 2 trailers. But if you lived in an house, there's nothing to stop you having a caravan outside your door. Travellers all live together, their families all stop and live together. They're not allowed to do that. Because when my boy grows up and he gets married, he can't come and stop with me. He's got to move off somewhere else. He's got to go on a council site. Or in an house.
can't afford to go there either on our own. We always have to go in pairs to make sure that if one of us gets into trouble, we can always escape without injury.
All the media ever gets is one side of the story, the police side or the council side. No one ever comes onto Swan Farm and says, right, is this what really happened? Or what do you think about what's going on here? No one's never come in and asked us. So I got on the phone to this man who was supposed to have written this article and wanted to know where he got all these information from. So what are we supposed to do? Conform to what the council and the government wants us to do, is live in houses, which we've never done, Roger. How can you ask anybody to do that? How would you like the council to come out and say, well, you've got to come out of your house and you've got to live in a caravan?
Okay,
what would you do?
Will you talk to us?
On the record? I'll be pleased to talk to you.
Would you? That'd be good. Because we've not spoken to you before, have we?
No.
You've not phoned us before, have you?
No, but I just feel sickened that you people are so frightened to come onto Swan Farm.
When we look fed up.
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to be happy. That's it. But look into the camera. That's it. Right. Just do one more.
So they shouldn't print this. It's not true. You've got to get in touch with the council and prove this, haven't you? I mean, that is out of orders. Look, set to agree. Oh, they're set to agree, are they? I've got Seven Oaks number. We should have given me this earlier. I'd have said, well, look, I'll give you £1,000 back for good luck money.
Can I have another look at that?
Yeah, agreed to pay out 268,000 of our council tax towards revamping. Oh, they're going to pay towards the site, not give it to us individually. Oh, another one's coming from Kent County. Well, why do they want our 14 grand then? If they're having all this money,
good question.
Why do they want our money?
I think the thing that does stick out is obviously I didn't know about the £14,000 that they've got to fork out, which does seem extremely unfair on the face of it, because they're actually giving up land for a pittance. They're moving on to a site and having to fork out a small fortune that very few people can afford.
Can you pull that lead over, look?
Going to have an £88,000 security fencing around me to keep me in. What have I got to be kept in for? I ain't in a prison, or is it going to become a prison?
When she's riding these horses, because horse can spook any time it likes. There's no such thing as a good horse. It's only got to chuck her over the top and hit these. That'll go right through and kill her. And who's it going to be down to? Me. Not Bill Forrester. It'll be to me.
I wouldn't see I don't want to own no property in England at all.
Well, that's the alternative, is that we start saying to our people all over the country, well, we'll all go back on the road.
Yeah, and I will go back on the road. They're not going to stop me going back on the road.
If there's someone out there, ask them what we can do. Because we're at the last tether. I don't know what I can do. I would do anything. What can I do? I trusted this council. We went along with this council, and they betrayed us all the way.